What really drives me and what motivates me, and it goes back to that idea that men in their 50s, Napoleon Hill talks about it, they have a little bit of an edge in that they no longer under this disillusionment that they have all the time in the world. They start to become very, very focused. It helps that they start chasing a lot of other things that you're doing when you're younger. And now you're like, okay, dude, it is time to start to chase the legacy. It's time to start chasing security. It's time to start chasing a lifestyle that you want to have after you're done working every single solitary day. And so that's key. But what I look for, I am in a legitimate gold rush. Solar is the largest transfer of wealth in the history of mankind. Energy, that's the big money in this world. And it's going to go away in the next 10 years from fossil fuels and go into renewables. We're literally in the solar world, we're an army of people carrying out that mission. That's an existential threat for the planet. If we keep doing what we're doing, we will screw the pooch. And so we have one family at a time have to convert them to renewables. And of course, the government's making it super easy because they provide 30% of the money. Have you ever sold anything where the government says, here's 30% of the money? So we knock on the door, go, hey, if you go solar and it costs 30 grand, the government's going to give you 10 of it. They're going to give you 30% of the money. The customer's like, okay, that's weird. That doesn't make any sense. So here we are in this legitimate gold rush. What drives me is, yes, I want to be at the top of the leaderboard. Yes, I want to have a $40,000 paycheck in a week. Yes, that drives me. But what really drives me is a life half lived. Do gold rushes last forever? No. And do they come around every 10 minutes? I'm in an industry with a lot of 22-year-olds. I'll show you the audience here. There's a lot of 22-year-olds. They think, well, then this gold rush comes by, I'll just catch the next bus. Gold rushes don't come by every 10 minutes, man. When you find one, you better milk that son of a gun for all your work. What drives me is looking back 5 years from now and realizing I was one of those guys in that gold rush. And instead of making the most of it, I decided to utilize it so I could just work about 1/4 of the time and be filled with profound regret. I live in fear of that kind of regret. And that fear of that kind of regret is what's going to get me up and over this stupid little irrational idea that I'm going to knock on a door and go, hey, would you take a look at a free quote? And they're going to say, no, thank you. How is that some sort of devastating event? I don't know, but the psychological resistance to doing it is mind-blowing. I've been doing this for years. I wish if I had a pill that could get rid of that, I could just line up millionaires, and I don't have a pill for it. And not only that, I got to tell you, it's getting worse. The longer I do this, the better I get at it. The more sophisticated the resistance, the more the idea comes that I should be spending my time being a VP instead of out knocking doors this afternoon. I gotta hack my way into making sure I do the one thing that generates all the money. So I got all these people here that are gonna go knock doors with me this afternoon. If that's not a hack, I don't know what is a hack. There's no way that I can't show up to knock doors this afternoon. So that's really the key, is transferring that.